Shaquille O'Neal. Hold on. We have some. In
the fridge.
Yeah, we got some in the fridge. We got to cool them down. You drink that cold, I assume, Shaq, right? It's delightful.
Yes, I do. First of all, you know the rules.
Okay.
Tank top only.
All right.
You don't have to tank top on when I talk to you, dude. Come on. What the hell's going on?
He definitely forgot the rules.
What the hell's going on?
I don't know. He won't forget again.
The guy with the long hair, what's your name?
Connor, Shaq. How are you?
All right, and the guy in the middle, what's your name?
Ty. How you doing, Shaq?
And the guy in the white shirt?
Tony. Shaq.
And then the brother, let me speak to you in the black language. What's up, my boy? What's your name?
Hey, what's up, OG, Triple OG? There's
What's up, my boy? You good?
Yeah, man, we good.
And then there's AJ, sexsymbol.com. Perfect face,
that's me.
perfect hair, perfect t-shirt. Come on, fellas.
What's happening, Big
What's
Diesel?
Hey, your Shaq gummies. Shaq, your gummies are a big hit with all my – I got 4 kids, and they all ask for the Shaq gummies almost every day of my life.
Well, thank you. There he is. Tank top man. Tank top man. There you go. There you go.
Now,
listen.
I'm ready to talk about Beatbox with 11.1% alcohol inside of it. This is the Shaq-inspired blueberry lemonade. 11.1% alcohol at a 2:30 in the afternoon on Wednesday. Something. This is certainly good.
Wait. Are you trying to race?
Well, yeah, you got to chug it. Yeah.
Trying to race?
I'm not sure. All right. Yeah.
Put a hole in the bottom of it.
Yeah. All right.
Wait. Hold on, Pat. You're corporate and I'm corporate. Yeah. According to rules, you're not allowed to drink alcohol on these shows. Is that true?
We're not on TV. We're only on the internet right now. I think we're good.
All right. So you sure?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay. All right. You ready?
Hold on. Hold the phone. Did you
man up?
Did you
man up?
Is that one got some gimmick in it? This one's fresh out of the box. This one's brand new.
All right. You know what? Let me get a new one out of the box.
Oh, you're saying that? All right.
There you go.
Try to do perfect.
Out the box.
All right. This is the.
Here's the box.
Damn, that's good.
Okay.
All right. Here's the box.
Good delivery. Shaq, Beatbox.
Yeah,
Shaq's size flavor.
I'm gonna grab this.
All right, let's do it. Can't wait to see my daughter in a little bit.
Come on. You ready?
Hey, Shaq, here's to you. Always trailblazing. Always eyebrow raising. With the amount of money coming through that guy's brain, it is nothing short of captivating. Cheers to you, Shaq. Appreciate you, man.
When you march, you're set, go. You lose. It's not entertained. It's not entertained.
Hold on, hit that thing. Hit that.
Are you not entertained?
Got him.
That's all. Hey, that was my first Beatbox as a whole, but also the first one of yours. That is good.
Which flavor you got?
Yeah.
I got blueberry lemonade.
So the blueberry lemonade, I believe, is the Shaq one. This one is the hard tea. It was delightful.
The LSU hard tea.
Yeah. Hey, oh. That's what this Beatbox. Yeah. Suck that beatbox down. Let's talk about it, Shaq. How'd you get involved with the beatbox? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you have to. Hey, let's talk about Beatbox. How did you get involved with this? And how excited are you for DJ Diesel with a little beatbox out there having a good time all summer long?
So, I do a lot of like 150 to 200 shows a year. And one time at a festival, I saw these kids drinking this drink, and I was actually thirsty, and I tried it. I was like, what the hell is this? And then I looked into the company, and I saw that my good friend Mark Cuban was involved. So I called him and said, hey, Mark, I'd like to meet with the people from Beatbox. And, we talked about, a partnership. And, I've always tried to get at the beginning of companies and, to help them grow. Being a sports guy, I have the mentality of what can I do as a great player to help you win the championship? You mentioned money earlier in your show. For me, it's never about money.
But
it's about, no, not really, but it's just always about the opportunity. A mentor of mine passed away yesterday, Junior Bridgman.
Man.
And he was a great businessman. And I said yesterday on the show that I try to emulate him because my father did a great job of teaching me all the torture stories. And every time I would come in with a C, he was like, athlete lost 30 million. Like he would always, advocate education. And so, this is just me continuing my father's legacy and just, taking advantage of opportunities because Pat, there's a lot of football players that you played with and played against that don't have anything. I know a lot of NBA players that don't have anything. So I'm glad that I have the opportunity. And this is just about being a businessman, helping the company grow. I wish my assistant was here because I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. I never know when I'm making a deal because I never want any deal to be monetary related. I believe in the product. I join a company. I invest. I just want to help the company grow, and then at the end, whatever happens, happens. But being the great competitors, being the great athletes that we are, we strive for number one. They showed me a chart yesterday, and we were, they was talking about how great they are. I was like, we're not number one. Yeah, but we're gonna. No, there is no but. I want boom. I want this company. I want their ass out of there. I want boom, boom. So for me, this is what it's all about. And I just want.
So when you talk about trusting the process, you genuinely believe that. Like you're more so in the work and the grind, and then we'll find out what we make at the end of that. I respect that a shit ton. Now, you have garnered a lot of capital through the trusting the process, and your brand and the way you go about doing your business is seemingly spotless. I don't think I've ever seen you pick something that isn't a winner. Your gummies, I'm not like a sugar candy guy. I'm a chocolate guy. I like chocolate candies. Your Shaq Heads gummies, we have them in the office. The sour ones are the best gummies I've ever tasted. So like selecting that company to work with is a business skill that not everybody has. This shit tastes very good. And obviously it does because Shaq is a part of it. It feels like you have a selection process and good taste in things that can have success. And I think they do the same exact thing with you on the return. Now, you talked about, what was his name? Guy passed away yesterday. I just found out he's a billionaire, I think, ex-basketball player, right? Ex-NBA guy.
Junior Bridgman.
Yeah, like good business over there in the NBA world. A lot of good business people.
I was having a conversation with my son the other day because, my father used hard disciplinary tactics to motivate me, which worked for me. So my son, telling him stories. So I was telling him that I use jealousy to motivate me. I work my ass off, and I don't really care about the list and all that. But about 10 years ago, the Forbes list came out of the richest retired athletes, and I knew. I arrogantly said, "Shit, I got to be number one." All the fucking shit I know I'm number one. And when I saw it, it was Junior Bridgman number one. I was like, "Who the hell is this guy?" And then Michael, and then Magic, and then Dave Bean, and then me. 5. So now I'm pissed. So instead of hating and doing that, now I just study these guys. Junior Bridgman, I know that name. Played for the Bucks. I'm like, damn, he did Wendy's. Okay. Oh, I like chicken. I'm gonna start Big Chicken. Dave Bean is doing stuff in steel. Jordan with the shoes. I got my own shoes. And Magic is doing a lot of philanthropy work. So I take all that stuff and I just ramp it up even more. So, I always tell people it's okay to be jealous sometimes, but don't turn that jealousy into envy. Turn it into motivation. I'm jealous of you, brother. You got a hell of a show. I'm here talking to my cousin, my producer. I'm like, how can I get a show like that? And we're studying everything you do, but you work a little too hard for me.
No. You work your ass off too.
Well, I'm not doing that all day.
Yeah,
I'm not doing
3 hours in a day, obviously a little different. And
3 hours? Oh, hell no. That's too long, Pat.
Yeah, you could do it, though. You could do it.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
The inside the NBA, I mean, we're stooges, so it feeds us. And I won't be doing this forever. I look at guys like Rich Eisen and Dan Patrick, and I'm like, how, and Stephen A. even, like, how do you do this for 30 years? I don't know how you continue the juice and the energy, but with that being said, I've seen you on TV and movies and everything since I'm a kid. No, I don't want to age you, but you work your fucking ass off, which is why I think I have so much respect for you and for all the success that you've
fucking age me. Yeah. When I'm a kid, not that.
Yeah, when I was fucking 6 years old, I remember watching you, do your thing.
Can we put up a fun poll right now?
Sure.
I want you to ask your viewers, what's sexier, your arms or AJ's face?
Put AJ's face back up there. Hold on, let me make sure.
I can't tell.
Yeah, let me get a good shot.
I can't tell.
AJ's got a fresh cut for you too, Shaq. You remember that jawline was.
Don't be flexing too much.
Yeah, well, I am. So, do we take the photo?
Yeah.
All right. All right, good. It's done. Shaq, I watched that Shark Tank on this Beatbox. Mark Cuban put $1 million down for 33% of the Beatbox. How far into the company is the Beatbox right now, and what is next for you and them to kind of world domination with this thing?
We just want to continue to grow. We just got on the phone call with Walmart, and we're exciting, getting ready to start a brand new partnership with them. It's just about growing. Just about getting the word out. We dominate the festivals. We want to continue, to dominate festivals, and then, eventually take it worldwide. My views and strategies may be different from, the founders, but any growth is great growth to me. A lot of people want to go for numbers and do all this, but if we were better than we were yesterday, to me that's success, because I plan on being proud. Like the reason why we created Shaq Gummies is because I'm gonna start pissing a lot of people off, and you can't whip my ass, so you know what you can do? Just bite my head off. If I upset you in any way, hey, I want you to just take these right here. And once they get clogged up in your throat, you just take one of these and you wash it out.
That's right. Get a little beatbox in you, and then go ahead. Hey, you can even rip me in half if you want. Wow, look how tough you are. Rip my head in half. Yeah, that's awesome.
Bite my freaking face off.
The Shakalicious gummies are delicious. That was very
Hold
good.
on. AJ, we do this every time. You just sit there, talk.
No, he's
Please.
coming. He's coming around the corner.
I will.
He's coming around. I'm getting all this shit out of the way, Shaq. I'm getting all this shit out of the way.
All
And
right,
this isn't
okay,
shit.
good.
This isn't shit, but you get it. It is.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand the language.
Now, with that being said, go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, Shaq, getting to basketball a little bit. What's your thoughts on this current NBA season, everything going on? There's always drama, people talking about too many threes being shot, all of this. How do you think the rest of this season goes, and who do you think actually finds a way to win this thing? You think Boston can repeat?
When I was a kid, the NBA, of course, you didn't have access to all the games, but the NBA always had certain storylines. So when I first started watching the game, it was about how innovative Dr. J was, how the style was, and he had the best stuff. Then after that, okay, here comes this Patrick Ewing guy and this David Robinson guy. Oh, don't forget about Magic and Bird. And then when I started playing, it was all about Jordan and the Bulls. So to answer your question, we have some interesting storylines. Cleveland, can they overtake Boston? OKC, can they come out the West? Who's the MVP? Dirk or Shea? Giannis and Dame, can they get it done? So it's a lot of, the Lakers, Charles Barkley said a couple of weeks ago the team was terrible. Now they're in two, they're not Luka. So we have a lot of interesting storylines. As a fan, I do think there's too many threes. The part that I hate about the game, Pat, imagine every football team running in the same place.
Yeah.
How boring would it be? So I've said this many times. Every team does the 3 dribble handoff, top of the key, pick and roll, switch. I would just hope that coaches will go back to being innovative. You use what you have. Like Denver does a great job of, okay, we got the best big man in the league who can shoot and post up. Let's just do that. But I think I don't know what the ratings are. Like I hear, different rating numbers. Like I wish there was a ratings guide that we can go to and it would show us. But the games that we've been having on TNT have been very interesting. The game last night, Indiana, the coach runs a 1987 Hoosier fucking play.
Great shot.
Fucking play, look right here, and you got to know as a defensive guy, don't let Tyrese or Siakam get the ball. I would rather have a guy like Miles Turner shoot. So they run this little football play. Pat, you would know what type of call that is.
He has a little tunnel screen there, a little clear out. Here, brother, great play.
That's right. Tyrese right here gets the ball. A guy you don't want to get the ball. He takes it. He shoots it in rhythm. Fouled by Giannis and the 3. That was a great game. I'm sure people in Indiana, saw that game and it was like they were having fun. So, I'm up and down about the players and how they play, and that's because I'm critical because I expect greatness. As a kid, I saw greatness. I was able to obtain greatness. So as a fan, that's what I want to see. I can remember going in the Chicago Bulls arena and seeing like, oh, this is how fucking champions play. This is how fucking fans supposed to treat you. I can remember playing on teams where I missed a shot and a million people boo, like Jordan missed a shot and that's like, who still love you? I'm like, man, can I get some of this love? And then, one guy said, yeah, you can get some of that love when you start fucking winning. got to start winning. All right, I got you.
Do you think that the modern greatness, though, because it looks different than the greatness of the past, is something that is going to be tough for the greatest big man of all time to buy in on, whether or not? Like Tyrese Halliburton, obviously. Go ahead.
My mother said a very simple term. They're not like you. So sometimes I have to get out of my ways. But one way I will not get out of is the formula. I know to be a great big man, you got to average over 28 points. You got to average over 10 to 12 rebounds. I know that. I will not change that. How you get to 28, it's okay. Like last night, my good friend Adam Lefko was, Zion Williamson, 20 points. And I didn't smile. He's like, we're not happy? I'm like, no, bro. Anybody can get 20. Like, I expect greatness from a guy that.
He just had 22 assists, though.
I don't care. No.
That's part of the formula.
He did triple-double. This guy Zion had a fucking triple-double. Yep, that's what I heard. You said, I don't care. He can get more than that. It's like, God damn.
I remember one time I had 50 points and I missed like 12 free throws. And I came on and everybody was, oh my God, great game. And I'm looking at my father and he's like, you should have had 60. I was like, huh? He's like, what the fuck you mean, huh? 50 plus points for 62, motherfucker. Yes, sir.
That's awesome. Always wanting more and expecting more, especially from our best in the world, is awesome. You guys, though, are like a team in the NBA. I think as regular fans, you count all the teams that are in the NBA, well, most of them at least. I haven't seen a lot of them play a single game this year, but most of them play. And then you guys inside the NBA are a team, like a representative of the league. You guys should be incredibly pumped about that. And obviously, Charles Barkley took a shot at Big Dome, Kendrick Perkins, and the ESPN and everything like that. And it was a magical moment, I think, for TV. And obviously, that's going to happen. You guys are coming over to ESPN next year. Is that? Do I have that understood? And when that happens, what changes for you, or what changes for the show?
That the term coming to ESPN is correct. I know they're leasing our show.
Licensing. They're licensing you guys.
Yes, they're licensing. So I don't know the legal ramifications. I don't want to say the wrong thing here, but it's definitely good for TV. And one thing about us being athletes, I think you can say whatever you want as long as you say it respectfully. You know, I don't have a problem with people saying certain things and criticizing me. It's part of the job. You know, before I get upset, I always say to myself, if there's some truth inside the criticism, you just got to take it. This is the nature of our business. Like, I remember one time I asked a person, say, "Hey, how come I'm not talking about when it comes to greatest players of all time?" And say, "Because we couldn't go to you in the fourth quarter. You missed a lot of free throws." Now, there's truth in that. You can't fucking get mad, so I have to accept it. But
yeah, I would have got mad though if I was you.
I know, but the title that I do own, I am the most dominant one of the most dominant big men in history. And you know, I'm fine with that. So you know, the thing with Kendrick and Charles, that's the same thing we were doing on the court. So you know, as long as those guys keep it WWE, you know, you got Charles talking about I walk through a graveyard with a whistle, and you got Kendrick talking about the 509. Y'all ain't gonna fight. If you are gonna fight, I'm gonna be the fucking promoter, and we're gonna do it on fucking May 19th. If not, you talk, we talk, and let's just keep the shit going. Just keep having.
All the smoke, I believe, is what Charles said. I want all the smoke whenever he started the entire thing. It was wonderful. That's why I think everybody loves your show. Now let's talk about some of the teams this year. More specifically, one of the teams that you mentioned out of the West. Ty has a question for you.
Yeah, Shaq, you mentioned OKC earlier, and there's been kind of a narrative going around today. Actually, I saw it on Twitter that, hey, you know, people in the NBA, they're not necessarily afraid of OKC or they don't respect them. When you look at them, they maybe have the MVP this year. Do you think they're a team that can actually, you know, win a title this year, or do you think they're still, because they're so young, a couple years out?
I hate using this word, but if they continue to play well, and if this guy continues to shine like he's shining, they definitely have a chance. You know, I've always been an advocate of the others. So Jay Will's going to have to play. You know, the guards going to have to play. The big guys, Hartenstein, all those guys are going to have to play well. I think they can get it done, but they have to get it done. You know, the reason why they're not getting respect because, and listen, it happens to a lot of people. When you have bigger names and premier players, they're always going to get the first right to refusal. Like LeBron's still here, so he's first. And then you got Boston. They're the champs. They're second. And then you got, Luka going to the Lakers. He's third. So, and, Oklahoma City is fairly a very small market. They're playing well, but they still have to get it done. But the fact that teams don't fear them means they're going to have to do things 100% correctly, at least 4 out of 7 games.
What was it? Last year, SGA really came into the lexicon of the conversation, I think. And then this year, he's just continued to go. Are they young? What is the OKC model for those that don't? Are they young and they've kind of developed? Or are they free agent? And what do you think is the best in the NBA for team building, Shaq?
First of all, Pat McAfee Smith, what the fuck is a lexicon? Don't be throwing those fucking big
Bad, right? Hey, that was pretty fucking good, brother. My diction's pretty solid. Yeah. No, in the zeitgeist, SGA came into the zeitgeist,
I think they can get it done. I always tell people that the most valuable lesson I learned was in my last year in Orlando when we beat the Bulls the year before. They came back to sweep us. As I'm walking off the court, Michael Jordan says, "Before you succeed, you must first learn to fail." And I'm like, yeah, whatever. But then when I got home, I was like, what the fuck did he say? Before you succeed, you must first learn to fail. But so that angered me. So I always had to play. So, hopefully that tough loss they had last year angered them. And it looked like it's angered them because they're playing well. So hopefully they learn from that and they can move on. But, Joker's going to have something to say. Lakers going to have something to say. If Golden State can get in, they're going to have something to say. It's going to be.
On that note, star power throughout the West Coast is very real. D-Butt has a question for you.
Yeah, speaking of Golden State, obviously Steph got a running mate now with Jimmy Butler, and they've been kind of hit the ground running since he came over there. And a lot of people talk about you don't give certain players their flowers, and we talked about shoot too many threes and all these things. Steph Curry completely changed the game, and I've been an advocate of him being in that GOAT conversation because of his impact on the game, what he's done, first unanimous MVP, 4 chips in the Bron era. I saw you put him in that GOAT conversation, too, and that means much more when it's coming from G14, classified, Big Diesel. Why did you say that? What do you think about Steph actually being in that GOAT conversation?
Because if you're going to have a conversation, I want to have a real conversation. Don't just put who you want to put in. If we're going to have a national, worldwide conversation who the GOAT is, I want all the recipients. That's all. For example, my guy's always going to be Mike. Before Mike, it was Dr. J. So now we got Mike. I played with a guy that was a fucking killer. He helped me get 3. I don't have a problem saying that. I know I was the Finals MVP 3 times in a row, but without him, I definitely don't get 3. You got to put his name. Then there's fucking LeBron. You got to put his name. Now there's a guy that is so fucking good. Every team plays like his team for the last 5, 6 years, and there's never been a shooter like him. And he's winning championship. How come his name's not in the conversation? Listen, we live in a world with 8 billion people. You're gonna fucking pick who you want. It's your opinion. I don't have a problem with you picking any of those names, but we don't talk about who the greatest is. I want to hear everybody in the conversation. Like if we're gonna talk about this on TV, don't just talk about your 2 people. And then from a big man side, what about fucking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Yeah. A lot of what? Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna have this conversation and put out tweets, put out fucking polls, and put out Instagram, put all the recipients, and then you fucking pick. I don't really care who you pick. Jordan is my guy. I don't care about anything else. Jordan is my guy. That's my opinion, and whoever don't like it, go to the store and get some Shaq.
Rip my face apart and chew it. Well, I think if I was you and I went into Chicago and I saw Michael Jordan miss some shots and get clapped, I'd probably think this is the greatest guy of all time as well. Everybody has different experiences. Steph Curry, though, you talk about changing basketball as a whole globally. I mean, you got 7-footers now. Wemby coming in from France. It's like 3, 3, 3, 3, 3.
Every level.
Every level.
LA Fitness.
And I think, and I don't say this disrespectfully, I think because he's not an exciting finisher, people kind of look at him.
Yeah, the no look is kind of the only thing he's got. You're talking about not.
Yeah, no. Imagine if he had fucking tremendous finishing power. Then it would be no fucking like his name like right now he's just a shooter. All the other guys can shoot.
Didn't he
fade away. Yeah, no, I'm talking about not fucking dunk one. I'm talking about go through the lane and just fucking
like Ja Morant.
Yeah.
yeah, like that. Imagine that. So I think because he doesn't really finish like that, people overlook him. But I'm not overlooking him.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you doing that, especially with the platform you have and who you are. Last question. Obviously, we know you're very busy. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Shaq, obviously huge game tonight, Thunder, Celtics. How do you feel about that game? And then, people are always saying, this might be a finals preview, and you mentioned, all the guys that, Shea would have to go through in the West. How much of a difference is, regular season ball to playoff basketball? Like, what is that level that everyone else goes to as the rounds progress?
I'm going to answer the first part of your question. So the new show called I Don't Watch That Shit When I'm Not Working.com. I got shit to do. Hold on. Go to dinner, go on a fucking hot date, or watch the fucking Thunder in the Boston. Rich and I'll go out on a hot date for $1,000. To answer your other question, what I learned from the great Phil Jackson is you pace yourself. If you have championship aspirations, you beat the team that you're supposed to beat. You stay dominant at home, and you stay above 500 in a row. So where are they playing at?
Boston.
Okay, so Boston being the championship team, they know they got to put this team away. So I expect Boston to win tonight.